Are you gonna do multiplayer?
Yeah, is that okay?
Good luck.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be a part of any conversation we have.
Oh, well, you can play multiplayer without thinking.
Yeah, you can play multiplayer while extremely stoned, as
Sure.
the entire
You're
internet
right.
tells us all the time.
You're right.
Not that we're doing that now or ever would, spool. Welcome to the Inside Gaming Podcast.
Hello.
Episode 32 for November 6th, 2014.
Oh my gosh, November.
It is November. What happened?
It's the 6th.
That's the 6th?
Blah blah blah.
It was Halloween like 2 days ago.
I'm just
Bruce.
trying to think of a random question to
Yeah,
ask.
yeah. Bruce, if you could invent a gun that could shoot anything, what would it shoot?
It would shoot
Say copies of Call of Duty.
Sour Patch Kids.
Damn it.
Oh, that's not bad.
Sour?
Sour Patch Kids, because if they
get
got
it.
in your eyes,
That's
that
what I
would
was
suck.
thinking.
they really fuck
Get
you
it
up.
right in your eye.
But if you get it in your mouth,
Yeah.
What? What?
Sour Patch.
Uh-huh.
Sour Patch.
Okay, and they're pretty gritty too, so just hitting the skin, they might tear patches
Scrape,
off.
yeah, it's scrape. It'd be like falling and sliding on the asphalt
Or on the trampoline.
or on a trampoline. Who would be so stupid to do that?
Well, there's one service you won't get Sour Patch Kids from, and that's NatureBox. Why?
That's true.
Because NatureBox provides snacks with 0 artificial flavors, colors, or sweeteners, and 0 grams trans fats, and no high fructose corn syrup, which Sour Patch Kids are just riddled with. Absolutely riddled. Speckled and dabbled.
You know what they say? You are what you eat.
They
You want to
do?
be a Sour Patch Kid, or do you want to be a cran nut blam blamber?
Strawberry swizzle.
I want to be a
swizzle
cran nut
stick.
blam bammer. Or whatever.
So if you want healthy snacks delivered right to your door in a convenient cardboard box, go to naturebox.com/inside, and you can get a free trial. Free trial. That's what it says. Sorry. Usually we have the
Guilty
free snack offer.
of loving, delicious, good for you treats.
Nature Box.
So naturebox.com/inside. Go there, get your snacks, and let's get us some Call of Duty points.
I like your receding hairline.
I know,
I'm
man.
a beautiful man.
You want male, female, male with receding hairline?
I want to play. Here, there's a big problem with this PC version. Are we talking about Call of Duty today? Can
Yeah.
that be a topic? Okay.
Yeah.
What the fuck? So, I've
start.
got a pretty nice graphics card in this work
Hold on.
PC,
You said this worked on your computer at home,
which is weird.
and now it doesn't. We know it doesn't work on your computer here. We
Hold
are
on.
aware of
I
it.
got it
Except
working
that he's playing
yesterday.
Multiplayer. He
Yeah?
got it
So,
working on multiplayer.
You're not being patient enough, and I know it sounds ridiculous. You have to let it load. You got to
The
let
game
give
has
it a
to
second.
spool up.
You got to give it a second,
Wow.
and you're not giving it a second. We
Hold
have
on.
to resync it.
I know.
Oh, boy.
It's fine.
Yeah, why do you keep quitting?
I'm trying to change the graphics options. You guys
You
keep
didn't
talking.
actually
It's
change
fine.
anything.
So this is Call of Duty at this point has gone through it has a winding path. It's like
Yeah.
a country music song. It's had its highs, it's had its lows, and here we are. We made it. Look
Yeah,
how
we keep
far
trying
we've
to
come.
play it. It's really hard.
My baby. Something took a long way. We knew we'd get there someday.
Right. Old Chevy
Pick up.
cheated on me. Whatever.
Yeah.
Cheated on me?
Yeah, you know.
Someone else was driving my Chevy.
So it started in World War II, and now we have men in robot suits punching each other really hard.
Where do we go from here?
That's part of it. But first, I wanted to
Avatar.
take a look back.
Okay.
And let's share some personal stories. Do you guys have any personal experiences with Call of Duty?
I have the best one ever. It's
what
when
is
I
it?
stormed the beaches of Normandy, and the game was called Medal of Honor.
Burn.
And it's because it was from the developers who ended up leaving EA because they were so pissed off at them. They're like, EA's evil. We're going to go work for the good guy, Activision.
Go on.
And then they did, and they made Call of Duty, and then it blew up once they hit Modern Warfare era, and it just became this whole beast. And the guy said, we're leaving the evil Activision, and we're going to go work for the good guys, EA. And now they're making Titanfall. But I do remember playing, was it Allied Assault, Medal of Honor? And you do the whole Saving Private Ryan moment. I mean, like, holy shit.
That was awesome.
That was an amazing moment. And the multiplayer was badass. But that was technically my first Call of Duty moment where I was like, this just has changed everything. And then they made Call of Duty 2 and they basically recreated it, but you just invade from the other side of the beach. But it was the first game where I remember just being like, things are different. And then Max Payne 2 came out and everything was different again.
Oh, that was great.
Another game came out.
Yeah, and then Halo came out and I was like, everything's different. And my friends are like, I'm going to stop being your friend because you keep saying the same thing over and over.
Shut up, Adam. Just
Yeah.
play the game.
Stop telling me how different things are.
I'm trying.
The console isn't even on.
James, do you have any Call of Duty?
I would say I'm not crazy into first-person shooters. And I'm certainly not obsessed with Call of Duty. But Modern Warfare 2 is one of the few games where I have foregone meals.
Really? Wow.
There's 3 games that I can think of where it didn't occur to me during the day to eat.
Really?
Because I just continued playing the game.
Multiplayer?
Yeah, multiplayer.
Wow.
Yeah,
Jeez.
definitely.
Well, Call of Duty, I always say, is one of those franchises, and feel free to agree or disagree with me.
Disagree.
Okay. It's a yearly franchise where a lot of people, like, without even a second thought, go out and buy Madden. Like, oh, new Madden's out, I'm going to buy it. Call of Duty, and to some sort of other extent, Assassin's Creed has become that now.
Yep.
Where it's become a yearly tradition where I'm like, end of the year, done with work, I'm just going to turn my brain off and shoot things or stab things. And I'm not really going to pay attention to the story. I'm going to have fun, and I'm just not going to care. That's what these games have become to me.
Also, they make it really, really easy for you to shoot and stab things.
Yeah,
like,
well, that's the
it's
best
not
part.
like GoldenEye, which is like bang, 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 bang,
yeah.
bang. Shield's almost gone, bang, bang, bang. Or Halo, you know. They make it very, very easy to shoot things. It's like, tat, and then they're dead.
That's the best part, and that's actually the worst part for me. My story is the last time I bought Call of Duty was Black Ops 2, and I bought it because, again, like Adam said, it was just like a tradition. I was like, I'm going to go buy Black Ops like a zombie, so I did. I actually really enjoyed Black Ops 2, but there were plenty of times that I sat down with my man, what is going on right
It's just shitty. Keep going.
Sat down with my roommate, and we would be like, all right, let's play some Call of Duty. This time we're going to be good. This time we're going to actually compete with people. And we'd sit down. Within not 5 minutes, we were screaming curse words at the top of our lungs. I remember going from 0 to 60 in terms of rage in that game right away. No other game made me as angry as Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1, 2, 3, Black Ops 1, 2. It didn't matter. All those games made me so angry. I played for 4 hours. I played for 4 fucking hours screaming at the television. And by the end of it, I was like,
It's red and sweating.
I can't do this anymore. Like, I'd just be like, I am so tired. I don't want to ever do this anymore. And then the next night, he'd be like, you want to play some Modern Warfare? I'm like, yeah, let's fucking play some Modern Warfare.
I feel like probably the reason was because kills don't feel like anything.
Yeah,
when
they
you
don't.
get a kill in Call of Duty, it feels like nothing.
Yeah.
Like it's like, but when you die, it's a lot more impactful.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that confirmation bias thing where you may have gotten 12 kills and 11 deaths,
Right.
but those 11 deaths felt like you
They
got
hurt.
punched in the stomach.
They real
every
hurt.
single time.
Joel, do you have any personal Call of Duty stories?
Oh my I remember when a Call of Duty ad came up and interrupted Mists of Pandaria.
No, my favorite Call of Duty memory is the patch where they added wizard duels.
Oh
Shut
right.
I didn't do that. That's not real. That didn't happen.
The shithead wizards
What am I
of Call of
thinking
Duty.
of?
So
That's the one thing they haven't done.
what, Wizards?
Fantasy Call of Duty.
Yes, they did.
Medieval.
Was it Chivalry?
Medieval combat, yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
It's not fantasy, no, but it's pretty close.
I'm talking COD to the nines, like rapid fire fireballs, like brrrr, and like kill streak 3, summon a dragon and stuff.
So
Good
to,
It's like Skyrim.
to Bruce's, what Bruce was reminding me of memories of Modern Warfare. I remember that moment. So online shoot 'em up, fun stuff. Since Halo 2, there wasn't really anything good on consoles. Everything was on PC. So it's like you wanted a good multiplayer experience, you needed to play Battlefield 2 or something like that. That's where Call of Duty Online. I never felt like it was good until the 360 came out and PS3, and they did the open betas for both Halo 3 and Modern Warfare. And I remember being like, things are different now. But the first thing I noticed with Call of Duty 4 or Modern Warfare, they pretty much made it into an RPG. Now, every time you killed someone, numbers went off on someone's head. I went, oh, that's different. Like, that's kind of cool. Number went off. I'm like, more numbers! And you're just like pumping it into it, and you're like, I'm stronger and my gun's better and I can reload faster.
Everybody talks about Destiny being a grind. I mean, I think that was the first time a first-person shooter was a grind, in my opinion.
Yeah, but you can grind it out in an afternoon, which was nice.
Yep, that's true. That's a good point.
I think a lot of it is they reward you for being mediocre.
Yeah.
That's the thing about Call of Duty. It's
Well, everyone's good at Call of Duty.
You got 1.5 kills. Here's your reward. Here's your other reward.
Well, because everyone had that game where you go like, 60-1, and you're like, my God, I'm the best player ever. But
Had that game.
No, I never had that game.
I never had that
game. No, you never had that game either. Don't bullshit.
everyone has that game where you're just like, I am a god. This is amazing. But the thing is, everyone gets that. I think you just win the lottery at some point, and the game's like, you have no lag.
I
Never happened.
I remember back when
Okay.
we were
Well, just
a
me.
long time ago at Machinima, we had the Respawn Army app, and a big, like the whole point of that app, I'm gonna give you a peek behind the curtain right now.
Oh, good. Everyone wants to see that.
It was to convince people to play more hours of Call of Duty, specifically because there was the publishers have this theory that if you play fewer than 10 hours of multiplayer online, you're never gonna play anymore.
Oh, okay.
Because you get frustrated with the experience and you hate it. But if you can play more than 10 hours and get the players over that hump of where they're like terrible, oh, they're not so terrible, and now they're actually pretty okay.
Right.
Then they'll play exponentially more hours. If you play more than 10 hours of FPS multiplayer, apparently, the odds exponentially increase that you'll play over 100 hours.
That makes sense.
And so
holy
the whole
shit.
point of the Respawn Army was to train people to get better at the game, to get them to play the game more.
Yep.
Hold on, what happened to ethics in games journalism?
What? No, you need to play more games so people can make
that's-
money.
Wow, that snapped right off.
I love
Sorry.
how your buttons aren't buttons.
No, there's
Yeah,
snaps.
just snaps. That's perfect.
My
Much
head
like
was very
Adam
much
knows
in
when
the way.
everything is different, I know when a GIF has just been made.
Oh, and that's the GIF. Yeah, that's true.
Everything's different, guys.
I recall my experience with Call of Duty being playing the first one on PC and thinking like, this game's really fun. And then I played multiplayer, and it was the first shooter I remember that had the kill cam that would like show you the replay of what happened.
Yeah.
And I played Day of Defeat before that and Counter-Strike.
That's right.
And my primary complaint with both of those games is that when you died, you had no idea what happened. Some Counter-Strike servers would tell you where you got shot and how many times, but you never knew who killed you.
Yep.
So I thought when they did that in Call of Duty, it was like, that's really cool, and that makes me want to keep playing because now I have feedback about how I'm doing.
And now I know who you can get revenge on.
And
Yeah,
then my
exactly.
other,
Well, I liked it because it was an
strong memory-
anti-cheating mechanism that no other game was really implementing at the
Oh,
time.
that's a good idea. Yeah, I didn't think about
And,
that.
well, that I remember. I want to say I was an intern at G4 at the time, and they were showing. They brought in Call of Duty 2 on a dev kit, and it was like Vince Zampella or someone was there, and he was like, and then like someone died, and then it replayed, and someone was like, "What the hell was that?" And he's like, "Oh, that's our kill cam. It's like an anti-cheating mechanic. Like, it's just kind of cool. You know, you can kind of see where the guy is. It's just something we're messing around with." And then like, it kind of became a staple in like online gaming. Like, you kind of need that now.
I hate servers that don't have it.
Yeah.
It really bugs me.
Oh, like hardcore servers or whatever.
Yeah, I hate that. We should probably. Are we going to move on to like what we think of Advanced Warfare?
Yeah, sure. What do you guys
Was
think
I
of
invited
Advanced
to be on
Warfare?
this podcast again?
Just
You were invited?
calm down. All right.
What are we doing?
Joel? What do you think of Advanced Warfare?
There are a lot of pretty lights, and I like the drones. Those were neat.
Good review.
And the gun, does the gun go...
No, it's more of a ta-ta-ta-ta.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Well, I mean,
It's
in
just
general, the internet loves it in terms of reviews and stuff. I haven't heard much from the general user side. I don't know. I mean, right now, I think that maybe it's not cool to hate Call of Duty anymore. Maybe people are just kind of over that. They're like, oh, well, maybe it's just fun, and I should just shut up.
I actually want to do predictions on whether or not we think this will sell more or less than Call of Duty Ghosts last year.
I have a theory on that.
What's the theory?
I think it's going to sell far less, and
Yes.
which is going to be kind of criminal because this is going to end up being
It's a better game.
the better one, the
Yeah.
more fun one. Like, it finally has made up. Like, I thought Black Ops 2 was okay. Like, it wasn't the greatest. The single player I thought was kind of meh, whatever. And then Ghost was like, what the fuck just happened? I don't know. Like, this is just, it's getting just bad now. It's becoming just a parody of itself. And this one is like, I mean, look, you can double jump.
Dog.
You can do this now. Look, they innovated.
Shoot me. Hey guys, I'm here. Shoot
Here's
me.
the thing, though. Maybe this is a different discussion, but does it feel like Call of Duty is trying to adapt with what they know are the threats, like the Titanfalls?
Of course, yeah.
But my problem is it's like, hey, it's double jump. Only kind of barely influences everything, whereas Titanfall, every stage,
it's
every
integral.
battle
Yeah, it's integral.
is structured around your ability to move around the map.
Yep.
Whereas this is like, it's just any other stage, but now you can get up there.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? Like with a slightly larger jump. It almost feels shoehorned in. I mean, I haven't gotten to play the game at all, but even with the multiplayer, it's like, okay, it's not the same as wall running, hitting a zip line,
Well, and
coming down.
shooting a Titan.
And all of that culminating in getting on the back of this giant Goliath
Right.
robot that's trying to blow
Right.
you up.
Well, my theory has always been that Infinity Ward or Vince Zampella was like, we're going to put Titans in Call of Duty. And they're like, you're fucking crazy.
Right.
Get out of here. He's like, done. So he left, made Titanfall, and then later on, I think Sledgehammer had the really tough task of catching up with them.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think they did a great job in terms of the look. The look of the game is. It
looks really good.
It looks really fucking awesome. Like, I
Yeah.
can't wait to fire this up on my computer at home.
Yeah.
Gun
For,
reminds me a lot of Killzone.
So
Yeah.
before you guys draw too many strict comparisons, let me throw the idea that both Titanfall and Advanced Warfare probably started development about 3 years ago.
Yes.
And they didn't know that that each was working on what they were working on.
Well, that's my theory. Is that
yeah,
I think
it's a valid theory.
I
great,
that-
great minds think alike,
I
sort of
think
thing.
people
might
were
be the
talking.
case.
I think they were all kind of talking with each
That
other.
might be the case, too.
And I think that they were like, yeah, we get it. You know, we're adding double jumps, we're adding wall runs and things like that. I don't know if he ever mentioned we're throwing in mechs.
Yeah.
But that was always my theory that somebody said, we're gonna put mechs in, and they were like, no, you're not.
I think there's also, I mean, again, as somebody who doesn't play these games at all, there's something to be said about, and we talked about this earlier this week, convergent evolution, like where two people come up with the same idea. And my understanding, again, is that there's a lot of FPS fatigue in the community where it just feels like every game
It's the same.
is the same.
Yep.
Right.
And where is the fun? There's no more fun. And one thing that I loved playing about old video games was the fun aspect of, like, I can't do this in real life. I don't care how fucking realistic it is. I want to double jump.
Right.
And I'm sure that that was a lot of the inspiration for that kind of convergent evolution.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Okay, so final thoughts. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, worth buying or not?
You betcha!
Okay.
Possibly say at this point in time.
Well, remember what I was telling you earlier about my sort of like ritual every year, where I just
How everything changes every year?
how everything has changed.
Yeah. So
Anyway.
what does that mean?
Wait, have things changed?
If
or
you
not?
if you want a game that you don't have to think too hard about, and it's just kind of like I said this, about this isn't like the game like this is going to change your life. This is not The Last of Us, James. This is different. It's changed everything.
By the way,
Again.
I apologize for the capture. It's a little slow, mainly because of the computer that we were using here at work.
Yeah, it's dying. Old Bessie's on her last
Old
leg
Bessie's
here.
on her last
I've got
leg.
about 6
We're building new
instances
Besties.
of Photoshop.
Installing Call of Duty.
Yeah, we're building a new computer.
Max resolution.
I just ran into Antos. He said all the parts are coming in this week.
Sweet.
And then we're building like a monster PC, which is great. This PC that we're playing on right now, actually, I've had for, I want to say 3.5 years, I think. And the parts have changed very little. And it's just, I edit on this thing, I do every thumbnail on this thing, and every Steam Roulette game has been played on this PC. Yeah, it's bad. It's dead.
I'm going to go out on a limb. I will say buy Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
Oh, snap.
I would not have said that about Ghost last year. I would have been like, wait a little bit. This is what I'm saying. I think you should buy it. I think the single player on its own looks like enough to sell the game. And like you were saying, Ravensoft made the multiplayer, right?
Yeah, that's typically what they're credited with. As Spool pointed out, he actually has a friend that works at Raven.
Yeah.
And apparently, this is hearsay, but apparently the people that work in Call of Duty aren't really allowed to say explicitly what they work on. Actually, so it's a community effort, but I think it's pretty widely known that Raven does the multiplayer for all the Call of Duties these days.
And Adam played a little bit of that. That looked pretty cool. I mean, again, I think the single player, from what I've seen, I'm more than willing to say buy this game for $60.
It has grenades. You don't even need to aim.
Yeah, the game. I've
Funny
always.
how every Call of Duty kind of marginalizes player input. I remember when I played Modern Warfare 2 and they introduced snap aiming. I was like, that's brilliant. Also, this is now a game that I don't really care to play anymore.
Right,
'Cause
they've
you
taken the
just
skill
pull
out of
the
it.
slot handle every time you go into a multiplayer.
Well,
match.
I muttered it under my breath earlier, but really, what I was saying, the thing with Call of Duty is everyone's good at Call of Duty because the game kind of. So this is actually a funny story. When we went to a Ghost preview event, they had the game on.
You see it right.
Okay, they had the Ghost on dev kits, but it was an Xbox One dev kit. So they were using the controller. The controller didn't have the auto assist yet. So everyone, all these like hardcore Call of Duty YouTube guys were playing, and they were all pissed off because they're like, "I'm not getting any kills." It's like, yeah, because you actually have to aim now. And controllers are not very good for aiming.
No, they're not.
Mouse and keyboard. Hey, look at that! Oh, look at that! You can snap and you get really good shots. So, yes, the game plays a lot of itself. Look at this grenade; it'll just kill it for me. Thank you.
See you later, grenade.
Yeah,
look
look,
cool, though.
get that kill for me. Thank you, game.
You're a patriot.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, back at that grenade's home.
the future.
Grenade.
Right here, this shot is the future of Call of Duty. There will be a man standing in front of you, and you just shoot him.
and
You'll get achievements. You go womp womp womp. It just upgrades, and then it will just convince you that that's a real person.
I'm looking forward to that.
It's like quick scope
Are you
simulator.
really?
No.
No, I don't think so.
No, I'm not.
All right,
It would
well,
just be heavy fire Afghanistan.
you know what you should also spend money on? Anime!
Anime, is that what you said?
Yeah, good segue. Huh?
He sang it. He didn't say
it.
it.
That's right.
This episode of the Inside Gaming Podcast is also sponsored by Crunchyroll, fine purveyors of online animated entertainment, in addition to live action dramas and manga. You can go to crunchyroll.com. You can see all of the fall's greatest animes, like Attack on Titan, one of my particular favorites.
Pretty good.
And, oh boy, well, not Attack on Titan. I like that show, but okay. I'm gonna say this out loud, and I'm gonna dare you all to
You're
not laugh.
excited.
All right.
Go on.
Puella
there.
Magi Madoka Magica.
What's that?
It is.
None of us laughed.
It's basically you didn't. I was.
I'm more
expecting a better
concerned.
response. It's basically like it's a magical girl show, except that when they start fighting monsters, the monsters like kill them. So, and then it's like this cute little creature convinced them to get their magical girl powers, and they're like, cute little fucking creature, we are dying, what did you do? And he's like, but you have powers now, it's cool. So it's kind of like a dark invert of Sailor Moon, but I enjoyed it a lot. Other shows include Naruto Shippuden, Sword Art Online, which people seem to like. I certainly love the
have
first
any
season.
anime fans in our audience, Lawrence?
I think we
it's
might
like-
have a few.
We might have a few.
For the amount of times I've been drawn as Pikachu, yes, we have plenty.
Is Pokemon anime?
Yes,
There is an anime,
absolutely.
yes.
And then what I discovered is Crunchyroll also offers manga, including Crayon Shin-Chan and the Attack on Titan manga. You can watch on mobile, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, the Xbox 360, and smart TVs, and the service is also coming soon to Xbox One and Wii U. But that, watching on anything other than the website, sort of similar to Hulu, is restricted only to paid accounts. You can get an anime membership for $6.95 a month, and that'll let you watch anime in 1080p ad-free. If you want to watch everything, including the dramas, that is $11.95 a month. That's what I have, and I've had it for a number of years.
Oh.
Let me speak to our anime fans directly. Anime fans, you probably pirate everything you watch. Let me implore you to support the anime industry and actually pay and view the content that you like in a legal
look at you,
fashion.
Lawrence. Good job.
In an above-board fashion, all professionally subtitled or dubbed. All good content. They're trying to do the right thing, so we implore that you do the right thing as well and pay for
Think
the
about
content
how
you
many
consume.
months of Crunchyroll you could get for the cost of one volume of some sort of anime series from Suncoast.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Excellent,
Yeah, yeah.
excellent
Oh, man.
point. So we have a unique offer for you guys. If you go to crunchyroll.com/inside, you can get a 30-day free trial, which is plenty of time to binge on all the shows that you want to watch. And we encourage you to sign up for premium to support anime. And if you do that, we also know that maybe you don't like talking to people, or you may be a little hesitant about the cancellation process. If you try it and don't like it, you can just cancel just by going to crunchyroll.com. You don't have to call any support center that will try and talk you out of it. Just hit a button and you're free. So you really have nothing to lose, and
True.
all the Pokemons to gain, except they don't have Pokemon. So
So you're not going to be getting any Pokemon.
Titans.
you get all the Titans.
Yeah.
I thought you don't want Titans.
Yes, you do.
You're really complicating the sales pitch, Joel. So one last time.
They have One Piece, don't they?
Not sure.
They used
Let's look it up.
They used to have One Piece.
They will.
Do they have
There's like
dating,
1,000
dating animes
episodes
where
of
you
that
date
show.
girls?
Oh,
and
yes.
You go on dates with them?
Do they ever?
Is there nudity on Crunchyroll?
You can get pretty close to it. I don't think
There's
they have-
nudity everywhere on the internet.
Really?
Yeah. So anyway, once more, that's crunchyroll.com/inside 30-day free trial. Thank you for supporting the Inside Gaming Podcast, Crunchyroll.
60 and 1.
James, you want to get in
There's
here?
Adam 60 and 1.
You want to play?
Crunchyroll does have
I
One
wanna play.
Piece.
I'll play.
I was telling you, I played on
Episode 669.
a console where the game aimed for you.
That's-
PC's a lot harder.
That's why
PC's
I like
actually
playing on
skill-based.
PC. Yeah, that's why I like playing.
All right, well,
actually
speaking of
skill-based.
PC, 2015 might have some exciting news for ye
Sniperizer.
PC gamers, including Spool.
What?
What? What are you talking about?
PC gamers.
PC
like
gaming.
Spool.
What about PC gaming?
So Phil
dead.
Spencer was on the Major Nelson podcast and said some leading comments about the state of Xbox and PC gaming. It's kind of a long quote. He said, quote, "We definitely haven't told our full story about gaming on Windows. I've said a couple of times that as the head of Xbox inside of Microsoft, I'm also the head of gaming for Microsoft. I think about those two things in sync with one another, and I definitely want gamers out there to feel like the fact that Microsoft is both the Windows company and the Xbox company is a good thing for them. We'll have more to say in 2015. I think it can be a real good thing for gamers, the fact that Microsoft has a strong gaming presence on a PC and on their television."
Yeah, I thought that was weird for the last couple years around the time Windows 8 came out. So Valve, obviously, they're the biggest purveyor of all gaming on the PC. I mean, you have to go through them if you want to play a game or sell a game on PC. Typically, they kind of have somewhat of a monopoly on that. Not a true monopoly, but whatever, they're on there. And most people play on Windows. And Microsoft has always been, with games for Windows Live and all this stuff, exactly. They always seem not very interested in PC gaming. I always thought that was very strange. Like, buy games, get Spartan Assault through the Windows Store. Like, how about no? How about we use Steam, please? The thing that I use. So, it would be very nice to see them freaking get on board and just embrace the fact that people are buying their software to play games.
It almost makes sense, though. Turn around, Bruce. Turn around and go back.
What?
Now, You missed the grenade launcher.
I was trying to get it. I couldn't. I kept walking over
I
it.
think the thing you have to consider though is that Microsoft being a business, it might have made sense to them to say, why would we, like, it's not necessarily double dipping. Like, what they do is they're gonna sell for their Microsoft division with Windows, whatever they need to do,
Right.
and then they sell consoles, which now sells this.
Yeah.
Why would they wouldn't necessarily want it to be streamlined, except now to compete it makes sense because Google is on everything. You can take your Google desktop stuff to your mobile and everything. So it kind of
Right.
makes sense that unless the consumer started begging for it or almost demanding it, they probably wouldn't have given it to you anyway, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, not that it's good, but I can see the business mindset behind it.
There's
Well, no,
a-
because they started the Xbox and they're like, we're making more money
Yeah.
off of this because people can't pirate the software as easily. It's much harder, and we get a bigger cut. So yeah, I mean that makes sense why they're focusing on that. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, like you said, not double dipping, but embrace the PC side. Like, come on, y'all. And I think with Xbox One and everything, the sort of synchronicity they're trying to have between the two, I think it's. Bye, Joel. It was nice talking to you.
EDC needs to be for something.
Okay.
Well, there's a bit of a narrative behind
I'll be
this.
back.
Well, no-
Microsoft
go ahead,
has
sorry.
made limp attempts at supporting PC gaming in the past. When Windows Vista came out, that was their Games for Windows Live push. Halo 2 was the banner game they put out.
Yeah, boo.
And kind of they slang some money at some developers to bring them under the Games for Windows Live fold, but they never really. The interface was bad. It was clunky.
Yeah.
PC gamers hated it. And then most recently, there was a brief spurt of activity. Microsoft Game Studios put out Age of Empires Online and Flight Simulator X, both of which had about that kind of reception. So this is a refrain that's actually been said from Microsoft executives for a very long time, that we care deeply about PC gaming and you're going to see big things soon. I've heard that at least twice a year for the past 5 years. The only thing that makes it different now is that PC gaming is actually on the rise. I want to say starting with the launch of the 360, PC gaming kind of hit a massive lull, and I'm not quite sure why. But maybe perhaps due to the fact that digital distribution really took off, and the indie scene really took off, and the early access scene started blowing up. Suddenly you started having games on the PC platform that you couldn't get anywhere else, as opposed to just really shitty ports. So now PC gaming kind of reinvented itself as maybe not a AAA platform, but a unique experience type platform.
Well, it's becoming the most convenient platform, whereas it wasn't at all.
That's true.
Getting a game installed on a PC like 15 years ago was a bitch. Like,
yeah.
it wasn't easy, and generally you had to go to the store and buy a disc that did most of the setup for you, right? So it wasn't easy, and then every system was generally different, and they hadn't gotten all their shit together, graphics cards and all this stuff. They were all competing with each other, and they weren't cooperating. And now it's internet speeds are fast enough that I can download this game in an hour and a half and have it
text
immediately.
exactly what I've
That's
got.
that's less time than it would cost to go to the store. So I think the technological environment primed itself so that way PC gaming could be seen as basically like the Netflix streaming of games.
Well, also,
you know?
I'm building a PC now is pretty much putting like Legos together with a couple little wires they get a pin in, but like it's just becoming so modular at this
Yeah.
point that like any idiot like myself can build a PC. It's
You're
not
a
hard.
hacker.
No, no. It does make me feel special and big inside when I can do it, but
What about big outside?
well, this is giving me more credence to the theory that I've had for a long time that PlayStation, Xbox, all these things, maybe not Nintendo, but these are just becoming brands. An actual Xbox will cease becoming a thing in the next 10 years. It will not. It will be a brand. Your TV will have Xbox inside. Your cell phone will have PlayStation inside. You're already seeing that with the Xperia phones on Android, where you're just streaming from a console. Right now, we're still in this weird pseudo past where like we have wires and shit coming out of everything, and we need boxes to stream to another device. Pretty soon, it's all just going to be like a little thing, and it's all going to be cloud streaming services, and we won't need wires, and we won't need all this stuff. But for now, you're seeing the growing pains of that process. We're going to go there soon, and it's going to come down to software, and I think Microsoft sees that, where they're like, okay, we need to just get on board. We got to be more like Google. We need to be on every device.
I to Adam's point, I turn off and on the lights in my house now with my phone. Thanks to Jeff Goldbulbs.
It's the
Wait, how do you do that?
I have
let's-
I
you
got
set
those
it up?
smart bulbs, and then
Let's-
there's an app that I can access.
Let's speculate what.
Hold on, I want to hear
What
more about
his-
these smart bulbs.
Yeah, wait.
Hold on, yeah, go
All
back
right,
on the smart bulb. So
hold on. Smart
there are
bulb.
how much are these bulbs?
Oh, come on.
$15 a
Didn't you
bulb.
watch the commercials?
$15?
Yeah, it's the
$15
MyLink
a
thing.
bulb.
It's a GE MyLink thing.
$15 a bulb,
Come on, you
but
guys.
they're LED, so they save whatever like $6 a
How long
year
do they last?
for
Pays for itself.
centuries.
I don't.
Whoa.
Guys, I need somebody to press F to pay respect for me.
Want me to do it with you?
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it together.
You ready?
Yeah.
Womp, 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 womp.
Did I,
Ah, you his arm.
did I let him? Oh yeah, that's right. I
was
don't have an
always
arm.
hoping-
What's the? I'm sorry to harp on this, but what's the convenience of doing it from your cell phone?
You have an app. I have an app on my phone
Right.
You should watch
that
the
I
video.
pull up, and it shows the different bulbs in my house or my apartment.
I need this.
And then I can set them to
But
dim
so-
however much I
No,
want to. Or
I
turn
get
them
how
on
it
or-
works, but why do you want to do that?
Because it's awesome.
It's
because
a-
I
Joel,
get
future.
I climb into bed, and then I go, oh, fuck, I left the light on in the living room.
That's true.
And I grab my phone, I hit a button, and it goes off.
All right, that's kind of cool.
So it's like the guy who's got the Nest thing or whatever. He pulls up and he's like, "Boy, it's pretty hot outside. Better set my air conditioner."
Yep.
And he sets the air conditioner. It's all low, so by the time he gets home, it's already cool. Then he walks in and his wife's sleeping with another man.
Yep.
But he's like, "Fuck!"
That's me.
But at least I'm good.
Yeah.
And then he turns his lights off and then shoots.
Also,
blows
all
his
the
brains
lights are
out, but-
dimmers.
And then he turns around and
and-
he goes, well, at least I kept my cool.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
He hangs himself just like, and then blows his brains out.
Guys, they had this 30 years ago.
Podcast
It's
is
called
not
the
going
clapper. Remember that? Remember the
Yeah.
clapper? They had that 30 years
How about
ago.
that speculation?
It was always funny when old people would be dying in their beds and they're trying to get help and they're clapping and the lights are going on and off. It's hilarious.
Clap when you're dying and trying to get help. That's how you call for help.
Yeah.
I've never died before. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know.
Yes, I have. And that's what I do. Sorry, Lawrence.
No,
What were you gonna
hey,
say?
hey,
Something
I'm
about
sorry.
light
We
bulbs?
were talking about something about light bulbs.
let's-
They're also all
Let's actually
dimmer
do it.
bulbs.
Let's do a sync really quick.
going.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Okay,
Oh,
let's
the lights just went off.
You gotta clap twice, stupid. It's like when you're dying.
So the vision of Xbox on PC is pretty easy to lay out if you just go for the bare minimum. What I'm imagining is you download some stupid app from the Xbox store,
Jeez.
you run it, and these little bars fill up as it tests your CPU and your video card, and it says, good, you have an Xbox One equivalent PC.
Yeah.
And then you're cleared to buy and play digital Xbox One games.
And it says cleared for takeoff, and it makes an airplane noise.
Yeah.
Ooh, you
And
got
then,
me.
and then your PC blows up.
It shows Phil Spencer like flexing on your screen. He's like, good job, bro.
Just tap, tap, tap.
But
Oh, I thought it was going to be more of you need to buy an Xbox, and you're going to have the ability to stream that to your PC or something
Oh.
like that. That was sort of
Digital?
the.
You don't think that they're all just going to be different digital storefronts that converge on
Oh,
one
and I mean,
device?
eventually, yes, I think it's going to be that. Yeah, that's nice grenade.
Nice toss, you fucking retard.
Shoot!
Go!
Shoot! You can shoot the
man.
walls now. Yeah.
I take issue with the idea that in 10 years we're going to have separate TVs and PCs. I don't think that's going to be a thing. In 10 or 15 years, it will have Electrobox, and the Electrobox will be able to do whatever a PC
Oh
does.
man, Electrobox.
Just so you know,
It sounds like you're at a World's
It's
Fair
almost,
from
I think there's
1964.
there's a
An
term
electro
for
box.
it. There's a term for it, and it's
Convergence?
almost no. There's a term for it, but it's when people in their current age try and predict what the future will be like.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like always wrong. It's always wrong unless you are actually developing the technology that will be completed in 10
But
years.
we've already seen this. Like our TVs functionally, our computers functionally work as TVs
I
now.
agree, Joel.
And-
All the cars will go. Boop, 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 boop.
We've said this. We've said this a million times. It's all. Jesus Christ. It's
in.
It's convergence. Everything's going to become one thing. Right now,
Will you converge with me?
What's going on in this room?
I don't know.
That was awesome.
I think they're scanning.
that
or
was
something.
future TV.
For anyone that knows, that's exactly like the scene from Unico. No one knows.
nice.
Regardless, everything's going to become a little chip you put in your brain, and it's great. We all need chips
love
in
chips.
our brains.
I put Lay's potato chips in my brain.
You guys are
You
just
can't put just one in your brain.
shitting all over my theories.
Once you pop a potato chip into your brain, you can't stop
Tell me
because
more.
your brain is dead.
Tell me more about these light
And then you
bulbs.
think bad things are good.
I guess my main concern is that Microsoft, until Phil Spencer took over Xbox, Microsoft has operated in the way that like we are going to force our audience, our consumers to come to us, and they're going to use our tech in the way we want them to.
Yeah.
I'm hoping Phil Spencer has done a lot, or rather, the Xbox division under Phil Spencer's lead has done a lot to understand what the audience wants and try to meet that. And the PC gaming market is probably the most demanding and entrenched when it comes to how they interface with games and the way they want to download them and play them. So I think it will be an interesting test how he wants to approach that market. Is he going to put Xbox One games on Steam? Because that's what everybody probably wants. I don't know. Or you're going to have to buy it through the Xbox Store in your Windows 10 marketplace and use the start menu tile to launch it and play it with your official Xbox
As
One
long
controller.
as it's not a broken interface, it's not that bad. Like it's the same with
They'll still
Origin.
hate it.
Like, or I know people will hate it, but Origin isn't
Origin's pretty good.
like that bad. It's okay.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
See, it's happening.
Oh,
Very
boy.
clunky.
It's gotten better.
Wait, Origin's clunky?
Yeah.
What?
It's because it's based in like Internet Explorer. It's
What are you're just talking at your ass?
No.
Steam is
I don't know-
Steam
I don't even
is
know
like a
what clunky
shitty web
means.
browser. It
Yeah,
takes
Steam's
forever.
also clunky.
Well, Steam's gotten better, especially with its last update, but it was getting bogged down pretty bad
People
for a
love
while.
Steam because Steam is dirt cheap.
But remember the GIFs like from the early days when you had to use Steam to play
Oh, yeah, it was
Counter-Strike?
awful.
People hated it. There was I
yeah.
remember specifically there was a GIF of the Steam logo and like the piston would move and the piston would go inside and out of a dude's butt.
Yes, that is a real thing that
But
still
I
exists.
hate the Battlefield interface for getting into Battlefield through Origin.
Well, no, that's
drop
Battlefield
saver.
though.
Yeah, opening a web
better.
browser to
That's
do everything is
EA.
terrible.
Dice.
That's DICE being weird of like, we're futuristic, launch a game from browser.
That
Like,
sucks
what?
because it's like, I just want to change the resolution. Sorry, gotta go open your browser, go into a map, and start doing that.
But my experience with Origin having played Titanfall and Sims this year has been open Titanfall, open The Sims. I don't have to open up another launcher. I just use I use Windows 8 or whatever, and I just make a shortcut. Click it. Origin doesn't even get in the way. It just launches. So it's like it's not a problem, and it's lightweight. It's like it's not a boggy. It doesn't bog the system down in any way.
You know what else doesn't bog your system down?
The light bulbs that you can turn
I'm
off.
gonna say Nature Box.
Yeah.
Oh,
Healthy treats from NatureBox. Good job,
It'd been
James.
awkward if it wasn't.
yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, well I just wouldn't include it in the thing, but
on.
you may recall that NatureBox has treats that include 0 artificial flavors, colors, or sweeteners, 0 grams trans fats, and no high fructose corn syrup. There's a lot of good stuff in there. Basically, I like that you can get food without working for it, and they're dried pineapple rings, which are delicious. But if you eat too many of them, it'll tenderize your tongue and make it feel weird. So that's
Maybe I
Lauren's
like
top
to
tip
feel
for you
weird.
guys.
Delicious tongue.
So what are your favorite treats from NatureBox? Pass this one around the room real quick.
It's been a while. You know, I do recall the blueberry flavored almonds.
Those are really good.
Oh,
Those
damn,
were
good.
It was just wonderful in my mouth, and I miss them greatly. I need to order them actually.
They're like barbecue peanuts or cashews that I really like.
Pineapple ring.
Yeah, the pineapple rings are really good.
Pineapple rings
I remember
are
those.
pineapple.
Before we started doing the podcast, I remember we had like 3 boxes stacked of food, and every day it was just like, "What would you like today?" And it was just, those were the good days.
Now
All
all
right.
we have is
Now
this
they're all
empty
gone.
bag of almonds.
Stop touching our
Worthless.
stuff. That's just trash.
So
Actually.
before we move on, I have a bit of a quiz for you guys. I'm going to read you 2 snack names, and you're going to tell me which one is real and which one I just made up.
Okay.
Peanut butter nom noms, cashew crash clusters.
Cashew Crash Clusters is real.
I think cashew.
I think peanut butter nom noms are real.
I agree. Peanut butter nom noms real.
I go for Bruce vote.
Peanut butter nom noms are real.
Yes!
Wow.
Crash clusters.
Damn it.
Come on.
Nice job,
Get
Lawrence.
outta
That was
here.
a good. That was good. That was really good.
It's because they keep your sugar levels from crashing.
I still
It's not real, James.
I want us to get a residency at NatureBox where we can just for a week come up with names.
Oh man, it'd be the best.
So if you would like peanut butter nom noms, which are a real thing,
But
you
no
can go
crash
to-
clusters.
No, God no, they don't have those yet.
Flax spoop.
You can have some
Nice.
flax
Scoop?
spoop.
Spooper.
Go to naturebox.com/inside and you can get a trial box of 5 of their most popular snacks for free. As someone very angrily pointed out on the subreddit, you do have to pay for shipping, but that's pretty cheap for a box full of free food. So, naturebox.com/inside, and thanks again, NatureBox, for supporting the Inside Gaming Podcast. Now, let's move on to some community highlights.
Heyo.
This is the part of the game where they take you through all the things you're gonna have to blow up later.
Yeah, that's
I
exactly
have a
what it is.
feeling.
Advanced warfare.
I know. I haven't gotten. I'm pretty sure Kevin Spacey's like, by the way, I was the bad guy, and then you
Absolutely
gotta,
is.
and then you fight him at the end, and he puts on a jetpack.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing is, he has 2 jetpacks.
What?
He can jump twice as
It
fast.
He's got one in the front and one in the back.
Yeah.
No,
And
it
so
just
he
rips him in half.
Yeah, he just
One goes down, one goes up.
So in the last podcast, we discussed clickbait titles,
Go on.
basically in response to some people complaining about them in our comments. And it's a very interesting process that I'm starting to notice. Whenever we address a complaint from the community, we get an outpouring of support on that specific topic of a lot of people saying, that shit doesn't matter, you guys are awesome, keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, thank you, community.
Thank you, community.
I mean, along those lines, there's a comment from Nausicaa Gamer, who's a very, very loyal commenter. She says, I don't see anything wrong in putting clickbait titles and thumbnails. You're the one making the content, and you can do whatever you want with it. In the end, it's the viewers who decide to click or stay after clicking.
Absolutely.
People often say if your content is good, you don't need it, but I approve of putting yourself up there and letting people decide if you're worth it or not, and you guys totally are. Also, keep rocking those t-shirts. So good job, gentlemen.
Just in general?
What? Yeah, I mean, do we normally wear
refuse to rock
shirts?
any t-shirts at any given point.
Joel's a button-up only man. Actually, he owns 1
I'm
T-shirt.
also a snap open man.
Oh my gosh, boy, oh boy.
Well, that's
So-
the last time she's ever going to comment.
Yeah, thanks for
So,
watching at all.
This particular comment is pretty long, so I'm gonna have to summarize part of it. I'll just read the first paragraph and then kind of summarize it from there. Jong O says, so in conclusion, you know it's clickbait, you know it's bad, but you don't care because you need the views and just hope your content is good enough for us to
Boom!
forgive that.
Boom!
Well, in my case, you were half right. Your content is good, and you're one of the very few outlets I've seen that have any degree of journalistic integrity.
Don't say
Whoa.
We have integrity, not journalistic
I'm
integrity.
not sure what that means.
Yeah.
It's the reason I started watching your show back in the old days when you simply put the dates and subjects in the title, and it's what kept me coming back all these years, even after it became clickbait, but I just can't do it anymore. He goes on to describe how he feels like his intelligence is not respected as a viewer when we use clickbait titles because he feels like we have to do that to keep his attention when we don't.
Yeah.
He
Unfortunately, what's his name?
says, Jang-O?
Jang-O? I'm sorry, Django, but unfortunately, you're the minority, and I hate saying that because at the end of the day, we, the content creators, are the minority as well, and we're creating entertainment for people who want to be entertained, and that is the majority.
And we all, it's like we said last week, it's not about explaining to dumb viewers what the show is about. It's more about trying to catch the eye and get people interested in what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah.
Especially new viewers.
Right. And so it's not about respecting or disrespecting the intelligence of our audience. It's more about saying, hey, look over here, we've got a cool thing.
Yeah, and then what's Bernie from Rooster Teeth has said this a million times. It's something like 74 million videos or something go up every minute on YouTube or something. It's something like crazy, like 74,000 minutes of video go up every minute on I forget exactly what it was, but it's some crazy number where like if you even tried to keep up, you'd be behind within a day. Like you can't keep up. It's impossible. So we are in the muck and we have to be like, look at us, please watch us. And if you don't do that, you'll die. But you'll have the minority of people saying, hey, good job, really respect your stuff. But sorry, your channel got shut down.
Yeah, you won't be able to make content anymore.
Yeah, because no one watched
I'd rather
it.
be semi-respected and employed than totally respected. And
It's a tough call, and Joel and I were having this discussion yesterday.
we talk outside of work.
Like samurai
We do talk
versus
outside of work.
guns.
I forget where I was going with this. I was
Well,
looking at
while
the
you're
pretty
thinking
guns.
about it, I was just going to add that we would love to get to the point where we don't have to worry or think about like what it is we're going to put up or how many people are going to watch it, but we're not even close to that. Like that's why you haven't seen Sims in a while. It's because no one was watching it. Stuff like Chaser, like people aren't watching it, and so we don't have that much time in any given day. So we have to decide what is worth our time and how to get the most audience possible.
Yeah, and we are trying to improve things and try to make our lives
Stop
a little
shooting
bit
the blue
easier.
ones, Bruce.
Blue's good. Yeah. Well, I was saying, Joel and I were talking about this yesterday. Like, so one of the things we kind of pride ourselves on is we've never said, "Hey guys, like, comment, subscribe, watch me, leave a favorite, 5 stars, all that crap that worked 7 years ago when people were, just begging for subscribers, and like that worked at some point. And we don't really do that, but at the same time, we were talking about this sort of thing where it's like, maybe once in a while we do remind people, hey, if you do like our stuff, please subscribe and check it out. Because I, as a viewer, am stupid. I'm talking about myself. And I watch a lot of people's channels who I'm not subscribed to. And I'm like, oh, cool. MKHC's got a new video up. And I was like, I'm not subscribed to his channel. And every once in a while he's like, hey, subscribe. I'm like, oh yeah, I should probably do that. And I mean, maybe there are people in our audience who just don't subscribe. They just kind of like me. I go through. I like searching for stuff, so I always like search for channels that I like and stuff like that. So there are certain things that maybe I don't know. We'll probably do things outside of our comfort zone, but I'm gonna keep my clothes on. So
And then moving on from there, Jeff Buck writes, any job in media needs viewers to make their job sustainable. I agree with you guys. I agree you guys have great content. Even local news plays the clickbait game. Quote, tonight at 11, see why eating bananas causes cancer.
Yep.
No.
It's all a part of being in entertainment media. That's why it's called entertainment. Keep up the good work, guys. I enjoy your content daily. I thought this particular comment was very interesting. Rizo writes, I just want to say you guys need to stop defending yourselves against the community. Last couple of months, it's been you defending your opinions and views while Lawrence took Adam's place. I'm pretty sure you had people asking questions of why Steve was on the Q&A. Here's the deal. True fans love your content no matter what. Honestly, I love the chemistry of the entire Machinima community. Hundar and Chibi, Steven Larson, IG,
Aw.
etc.
Wow, that's really nice.
I like seeing each of you guests in each other's videos. It's entertaining. I understand that people have opinions and such, but I say do what's fun. Do what you love, try new things, but you guys are great and inspiring, all of y'all.
Well, I think the biggest response to that is we're always going to follow our own instincts. I think that's always a discussion we have is what can we do? Is this funny to us? Okay, let's do it. Like, is this a good idea? We all discuss it and we come to a consensus. But in regards to that, we're not defending ourselves necessarily because we haven't put up anything that we don't actually believe in, whatever that is, even if it's just a 30-minute video of poop noises coming soon.
Yeah.
But it's more transparency. I think that's also something that was really important to us. We want to discuss these things because we don't want to just turn off comments and not listen and stop and just be like, just watch the videos if you love them so much.
Yeah.
Like, it's more, we'll talk with you guys. We'll open a dialogue with you guys. We'll talk about these things, and I think that's good.
Well, that sort of stuff ultimately keeps me personally sane. I think the minute one of us, any point if one of us thinks we're too good, or one of us is better than this group, or we're better than the community who supports us, we're not doing a good job. We are now all of a sudden we're part of the problem, and I've seen that happen to people where all of a sudden they're like, my shit don't stink, and it's like, nah, yeah, everyone's shit stinks. Like, and if we're doing something and people are like, your videos suck, like, they might be wrong, but it's always good to keep an open mind of like, okay, maybe we could do better. Maybe we should stop and slow down and work on the quality a bit more or something like that. It's just always good to kind of keep an outside, keep an outside look of yourself and not.
What am I supposed to do here?
Do the explosive
You have to
grenade.
change
There isn't one. That's what I'm.
Oh.
I get
Set it
threat,
to threat maybe.
there's EMP, threat, and flash.
Set it to red.
Red grenade.
Press G, middle mouse, F cycle.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I gotta need it.
I saw a really interesting comment from
There you go.
Martin Martelletti. He says, this is more of a personal rant than anything else, but as Adam rightfully said, this is a worldwide show, and I'd really appreciate it if you refer to the United States as USA or anything else apart from America. America is the whole continent, and it makes me feel as a citizen from Argentina, South America, that you don't acknowledge our existence. Like America itself is the USA and nothing more. So that's worth noting, I think.
All right,
Here's-
pick your battles, bro.
Yeah, I mean, look, we respect. I think we equally respect all of our fans, but there's a shorthand for a lot of things, and unfortunately for our South American friends who might get offended by when we say America, it's a shorthand for the country. Like, I think you're fighting a losing battle asking us to say the United States of America or the USA every single time.
To be fair, US has fewer syllables than America.
Yeah, but it doesn't. But it's not part of our colloquial speech.
But like even British, or like European stuff calls us Americans. Like they're always referring to like USA people.
I think they call us Yankees.
I mean, here's the thing.
Well,
Where is he?
I'm not
Where
gonna
did he say
draw
he was
it.
from?
Argentina.
Argentina. Does he ever refer to Argentina as America?
I don't know.
Probably not.
Probably not.
I don't
So
know.
there's not really that much confusion, right?
Fair
This
enough.
is a-
Like,
yeah.
I don't think many people from Mexico refer to their country as America.
I don't think it's about confusion for him. I think it's more about the respect that they're in America,
Identity.
in the Americas as well.
Sure.
Usually they say the Americas.
That's what I
Typically.
said, the Americas.
So what's
Well, no, but we don't
what's
say
it when
that.
we say
That's what I'm
so when
saying.
we
Well,
say
we don't refer. I'm sorry, we just don't refer to South America that often.
Yeah, that's what I'm
we
saying.
don't. Sorry,
speaking of which, I might go to Costa Rica next year because my wife's friend wants to go. So
it's not South America.
Is that not South America?
No.
It's the Caribbean.
Go on and defend us not being ignorant Americans.
Wait, where is Costa Rica? I thought that was South.
We are
South
United
America.
Statesians.
No.
It's not.
No.
Well, I know very. You know, it is the thing too. I
Prove it.
We're great at
I
geography.
cheated my way through geography.
South America. Costa Rica's in Latin America.
There you go.
It's in America.
It's in North America.
And then
well, never mind.
last comment that I picked out,
went to
Augustin
geography.
Salidas wrote, and this is something we actually discussed internally, and we hoped that somebody would respond this way. He said, I actually love your clickbaits because I know what I'm in for watching IG. I know the content is funny. There's always some kind of satire while also letting some serious opinions filter through. What I love about IG is that I see you guys as grounded while talking about a lot of controversial topics while maintaining your normal crazy attitudes. And I love that. I don't give a fuck about your clickbaits, actually endorse them because I love the satire. I don't like clickbaits when you clearly see these are the top 10 things to do on a summer. You won't believe number 8, and then you enter that article to find that number 8 is just drinking ice cold tea with your feet buried under the sand.
I totally
So-
believe that. That's the problem.
What's that?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah.
It was. I know. I will say, the one thing we have yet to do that where we're like, 5 new Grand Theft Auto facts, and you like the one thing that we've done was like 5 things you didn't know about Grand Theft Auto, and then like ... probably, because we assume someone out there goes on Reddit like we do, and saw the same info. So we always we kind of gauge it for everybody, but
And we laugh at our own clickbait. There are times where we will look up the list of titles that we've had for episodes and read them out loud and laugh at them because we think they're funny.
I think I saw a comment that I think said this. I don't remember what the commenter's name was, but it was something to the effect of, I don't mind them because I try and read them in their voice, right? And I think that's a good strategy to have.
gosh.
Like, if it's like,
switch guns.
like
It won't
why
matter. I did it
is
before.
Xbox failing? Like, if you read it like ridiculous, like we're saying it, and generally
I basically hear it in Bruce's voice,
says
yeah.
it exactly like that
Yeah.
in the episode.
Well, the same way you talk about our videos making us laugh. If the thumbnail and the title don't make us laugh, and usually the description, because Bruce, you should really look at the
Oh
description.
god,
a little bit
they're
closer.
getting better
viewer.
and better.
My favorite are when he just gives up halfway through. He's like, "Today on the race we," and like we will go back. So what's an example?
The Rocket comic says we can't do that, guys.
So like every time there's like an Xbox One versus PS4 one, Bruce will search PS4, Xbox One, Inside Gaming, and we'll go through YouTube and look through all of our titles, and we'll just laugh at them.
Yeah.
And it's like exactly what you're saying. It's just, we find that comical. That makes us happy.
We also pride ourselves at being entertaining, like we've said several times before.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be
Told you
entertaining.
I feel like
Joel,
if you're,
don't start with me, Joel.
I feel like if you're
You
too,
love my jokes.
I can't be serious.
Keep
all the
talking,
time.
Adam.
It hurts.
Yeah, so
Well,
that's us.
you know what doesn't hurt? when form-fitting pair of underwear cradles your genitalia in a most supporting and emotional way. And you know where you can get underwear like that? From MeUndies.
Yeah.
Slides on real nice.
Yeah, it does.
Sometimes I have gene problems, or my thighs are thicker than the rest of my legs.
Oh, tell me about it.
So I gotta slide up the jeans.
Ew.
I don't
You've
wear
seen my
skinny
sim?
jeans, but they slide up the jeans, and I've noticed that my pair of MeUndies, even the most frigid of jeans, slide right up.
Wait, did you all get MeUndies, all 4 of you?
I did,
Perhaps
yeah.
we did.
How come I didn't get a sample pair of MeUndies?
You weren't in the room when the
weren't here.
package arrived.
Well, maybe I was. How many sample pairs were there?
None of them said Joel on it.
6,
They
I
all
think?
they all have our names on them.
Well,
Sorry, bro.
you know what? We put our stuff all up in those underwears, so I don't think you want them anymore.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I'm not giving mine up.
But you can
Think
go to
again.
You can go to MeUndies.com/inside to get 20% off your first order, Joel.
Oh. Well, there's a solution.
I will say that just personally, since I treasure the days that I can wear my MeUndies underwear because it's getting bad. Just it's like I've had the filet mignon and I can't go back to the hamburger.
I
thought
you
there
were
was
talking
like a
about
rash or
the
something.
center.
No, God, the opposite of a rash. I think actually MeUndies cured whatever rashes I had.
They are, oh, man. I did. I'm being truthful here. This isn't just like an ad read. I have one pair, and I did laundry recently, and they came out of the dryer. God, that felt good. They fit nice.
You just strapped it right on as it was warm and toasty.
It's like an old friend just hugging your ass.
It's what it would feel like if you were a superhero who gave up being a superhero for like a decade and then had to put the suit back on
Whoa.
one more time. That's what
just
it's
like
like
in
to
The
wear
Incredibles.
MeUndies. You go.
perfect.
It's my super suit. So we do definitely endorse sexy underwear for
Oh
men.
no!
so-
Look
Yep.
at this.
Fuck them up.
Oh,
MeUndies.com/insight for 20%
Oh,
off your first
geez.
order. And MeUndies would like to remind you ladies out there that they also sell sexy boy shorts.
I saw a MeUndies billboard that
Oh
had
my
a
God.
very, very, very cute. I don't know what she looked
Is
like.
it the polka dot one?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I see that on
and
my way in.
For our female listeners, just assume that you'll look exactly like that. wearing MeUndies.
And you'll drive the boys crazy.
I know that's what I think.
So thanks again, MeUndies, for supporting us. One more time, that's MeUndies.com/inside for 20% off your first order. Free shipping to the U.S. and Canada.
We should have a contest where someone sends us
Their underwear?
a picture of themselves in the MeUndies and we pick the best.
Oh dear.
Oh
For our
boy.
female fans.
Oh geez.
Whatever.
We do
Oh
not.
no.
No, we.
Oh hey, so are we doing fan art?
We are doing fan art.
All right.
Please don't do that. No, I mean do the fan art. Don't
You have
do
to have
it.
a picture of your driver's
you need
license
that.
up so that way we know that.
You're over
Go to
18?
my email.
Or that you are, in fact, a real human being.
Yes.
And,
No
regular.
Photoshops here, no thank you. First up, Gemma Rose, a frequent fan art submitter, did a pencil drawing of our Five Nights at Freddy's.
Google.
Oh,
Google.
you're still
Goggle.
bringing it up over there?
Goggle.
Share it with me.
Goggle.
He was too busy calling his duty. That
I
he
was calling my a lot of duty.
prep the fan art.
Throwing all of his duty grenades.
He's like, I'm doing it
Come
for
on.
you, Kevin Spacor.
Kevin Spaceman.
It's
Kevin
Kevin.
spacesuit.
Thank you, Spaceman.
Wow.
Oh, it's the Five Nights at Freddy one?
Oh, that
Is
one.
what we're talking
Yeah.
about?
You guys look relatively calm.
We do. We're
given the
determined.
monstrosities behind you. Unless those monstrosities are merely reflections of your inner selves.
I feel pretty good about that.
No.
I got the bear in the hat.
Oh.
It's my stand to reference JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Juan Rivera drew this really
Yeah.
awesome
I like this one.
Inside
I love
Gaming
this one.
poster. A lot of people have been using this as their lock screens, so
Very good.
I recommend you look up his Twitter feed and pick out this image if you want some nice art to adorn your phone.
Hey, Lawrence.
I will.
You know the first thing I thought when I saw this?
It looks exactly like Psychonauts.
Kind of. More specifically, I with my one large eye and one
You look
small
like the
eye
crazy milkman.
looks like the milkman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty great.
Shut up like you know.
No, I'm now that you pointed out, I know.
Is it from One Piece?
No.
Oh.
Chris Young, 1023,
Everything's from One
drew
Piece.
Jean-Luc with his heart slowly breaking.
Oh.
The smoldering ruins of the beaver dam, and they're floating dead in the water.
Poor guy.
Kill Jean-Luc. Taste the kill.
Look at all the dead beavers.
Savor it.
Nice cross hatching.
And yet again, part one, so
There's going to be a part two.
bright.
Oh, boy.
Not Noah submitted a great character of James.
I saw the reference image and I was like, wow. Really? Really picked the
It is a-
absolute worst picture of me I've ever seen in my whole life.
Very British.
Yeah, he does. You're right.
You.
I was going to say, it
British James.
looks kind of more like your face was melting,
Yeah.
and then you stopped it.
Yeah.
And now it's frozen in time.
I
I
remember.
think the text behind you is what's constantly like the noise that's in your
It's
head.
like gaming. It's like gaming.
But
it's
in
like
different
gaming, it's like
fonts.
gaming,
It's like gaming. It's like gaming. It's like gaming.
I remember Adam's version.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
They did- this artist did Adam beforehand.
Yeah.
And I watched the speed art YouTube video.
Yeah.
And before Adam was finished, he looked like John Goodman. like a caricature of John Goodman. That's
about right.
So I'm curious to see what's going to happen to Bruce.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
And then Stacey on
Yes.
This one's so
The
good.
comic.
the first picture or the first page of the Inside Gaming comic. But I like that we're diving into the world here. That Spool has a constant smoke cloud around his chin.
Yep.
He
It's like a
reminds me
smoke
of
ninja.
What was that? Chamber X-Men? The guy who just had like an energy ball for a mouth.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think it's a smoke ball around his chin. I think his head is floating in a cloud of smoke.
I look,
He's like Mysterio.
I look like those guys from WoW, the like Arab guys.
Shut up.
You don't know what you're
reference.
talking about.
Arab
Joel
guys?
knows.
No, the
Arab?
air
The
guys.
Air guys. Remember like the
Oh
Air
yeah,
guys?
the
Yeah, see, Joel knows.
Oh, I
From
think
the-
yeah.
Wow. And you both played World of
Sultan type
Warcraft?
dude.
I'm ashamed.
I also like that you can see that this is how I control the Miku
Yeah.
bot with a controller, and then I'm relaxing in the command center while Joel is commanding
You know what
us
you're
all.
like, Lawrence? You're like Kate Sith.
I'm the Nick
Yeah.
Fury inside
Except you
gaming.
got titties, and I like that.
I like all the customized text boxes.
Yeah. Adam
It's
speaking
amazing.
on a Pikachu tail.
Like it,
Bruce's
yeah.
speech is very gnarly.
No, well, I'm Retro Bruce in this apparently with the red hat.
Yeah, you are. James is speaking with the Machinima Man, and then Spools is in a purple weed cloud.
And I think, my shoulder pads are Totoro.
Yeah, they
you're
are.
right, yeah.
Yep, they
So,
were before.
Yeah. You know me.
Pretty cool. And then yeah, Bruce has his scooter back there, ready to bust out sweet tricks. Jack Axefist, I should say,
This is awesome.
submitted the best.
This was
the
so
best.
good we made it into our
Yeah.
channel banner.
We kind of have a history doing this with Mr. Axefist now. This is the second time we've converted his fan art into a thumbnail.
Into a something, yeah. Well, it wasn't a thumbnail, but yeah, I know. Bruce,
Oh,
what
right,
are
it
you,
is
why are you
different.
breaking my...
I'm not.
Trying to zoom in on his crotch,
Oh.
his giant hairy crotch.
I'm just
see
like, why
it?
don't you
That's
just...
where all the hairs converge.
Why don't you just zoom in on the
well, he's
image
gone
rather
now.
than the entire browser?
Yeah, just
No, no.
zoom
This
in
is
on
how
the
my
image.
grandparents
See it?
use
Look at
Chrome.
look at it.
I know, but you could just zoom in on the
Look
image.
Your
at
Not,
grandparents
it.
use Chrome. It's pretty cool. Your grandparents.
they use Safari because they think Macs are
What's
cool.
the next image?
I'm submitting this just because it's special to me.
Oh yeah, Larry Sunday.
Reddit user the Mighty Axe. What I like the tag, like justice is blind or nearsighted at any rate. Even you,
And he says at any rate too.
Oh,
he
man.
used your
my
your saying
accidental
and everything.
catchphrase.
Your
yeah.
mouth looks like it's trying to go somewhere else.
He's like, "Rah, I want out."
I like everything about that poster so
Right?
much, Larry Sunday.
So my recommendation, and this art reminds me, just Google image search spicy keychain. It reminds me a lot of that. I don't know where it came from, but it's beautiful. And then Reddit user CPiper98 drew us all as cute potatoes.
Oh, we're so cute.
I love this one,
We're
too.
so cute.
That's channel.
Who's
banner
wait?
worthy.
Who's the cat? James is the
James.
cat.
I guess I'm the cat.
James is the
There's
cat.
Joel.
yeah.
That's
Oh, he
Lawrence.
has
That's
sparkle eyes.
Spool.
For
James,
once, I'm not the
me,
furry.
Adam,
That's good.
Oh yeah, this
God.
one.
Oh my god.
Yeah, A Phenom. Like
So
weekly,
good.
he'll just draw an inspired picture of one of our characters or
Unbelievably good.
us.
Oh my god, draw something bad for once.
Which of us from the house does she have shackled and tortured?
Oh,
Wow.
I assumed it was the spirits of Tunt and Cunt.
Oh,
Good assumption.
Also, the Pools DLC just came out, I think, today, so we might have to revisit it.
Yeah,
We're
right.
only gonna play Sims when there's DLC.
When
Yeah.
I saw this on the subreddit, my response was, "This almost makes me want to play Sims 4 again."
Almost.
Almost.
No.
I miss her.
I hate the.
you Reddit user Deluxe Hat drew this kind of cool line drawing of Adam.
That's pretty cool.
Are my eyes closed,
No, I
You just
think-
don't have.
or do I have like demon eyes?
No, I like that. I like that his eyes are closed and
Yeah.
he's looking down somberly.
My
He just
mustache
draw a tear on
ate
there.
my mouth.
Also, you have like a giant handlebar mustache.
Well, I keep going back and forth on this one. It's like, oh, I look like such a badass. I look so sad. I'm such a badass. I'm such a sad badass.
Sorry, your pain.
You're a
fuels
sad
your
ass.
Rage.
Reddit user 67 created a 3D model of Spool.
Oh
Very
man.
accurate.
It's a 3D
Also, the
cartoonized.
best part about the image, he spelled stoner wrong.
Yeah, stone knower.
Stonerer.
Don't nowhere.
Perfect.
Spelled it wrong.
Probably how a stoner would spell it.
That's so good.
Well,
So
he
great.
did. It is favorite, so he's probably British.
Yeah, but you don't play. Do you spell stoner like that with an O?
No, no,
yeah,
it's still,
yeah, sure.
It's still a typo.
Reddit user the Solar Sentinel drew this kind of cool. I want to say like Sumier kind of.
Yeah,
drawing
that's kind of what it is.
of you guys.
Almost a Samurai Jack, or at least I look
Yeah.
like Samurai Jack.
That's true.
Everything's pretty spot on. James looks like Woody Allen for some reason.
He specified that this is glasses, James.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
There should have been like red eyes around the hair.
Yeah.
Infected
pain,
eyes.
Draw the pain.
Bruce
Beautiful
is just
infection.
screaming.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, this one's great.
This is
Oh, this is so good.
notebook paper artist on DeviantArt. He's
Look
like
at all the beavers.
knee-high
I didn't
and
notice
dead.
the beavers before.
Oh yeah, all those corpses.
The quote he's saying, is that a joke we made?
I think James said
yeah.
that.
You said that?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I read that, I'm like, that's really clever. I bet James said that.
Yeah, I think James said that.
The only problem with this image, as I can tell, is that he appears to be gathering the corpses and intends to do something with them, as opposed to let them rot in the river.
Yeah.
Finally
Why do I
clicks Sonic
have
logic.
the alien crab and
Yeah,
the?
you're sitting on an alien egg, holding a face hugger.
and you have the crab in your hand. My guess is because those were already pre-rendered models.
You're right. That's exactly what it was.
Man,
He got the neck vein pop though.
Can
That's
you
nice.
zoom in on? God, I mean, it's just the
zoom,
only.
don't zoom.
My only critique is that it's just a little too dark.
It's perfect.
But
Do you remember that
so-
Phil? So remember in the '80s? I think it was like late '80s or
I remember
90s.
the '80s.
Well, no, Phil Collins had a weird music video with those creepy ass puppets, and there's like a Ronald Reagan
yes,
one.
Yes.
And they're like, it's the most disturbing thing I've ever seen in my life.
I'm so happy.
This is a close second.
There was
So
a
textured.
at RTX. There was that company that you stood in the middle,
Oh, yeah,
and they'd
yeah.
take pictures from all different angles of you, and then they'd make a little action figure, a little scale model. I want one of this, for Bruce.
Let's keep it.
Well,
in your
also
back
what I
pocket.
like too is that his feet aren't touching the ground,
Oh yeah, you're right.
He's up on his.
and so it just makes me uncomfortable. Like he's about to come at me, but then he's holding the face hugger.
I get it.
and It's
Oh,
like,
okay, I see.
Like, oh, I can't do this.
Great.
Oh, it just makes me feel weird.
Great.
It's
The best fan art makes us feel weird.
Well, yes. No. So congratulations. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Round of
Thank
applause
you
for
very much
everybody.
for sending that.
For
quick
disturbing
note,
the shit out of us.
I have noticed that we are kind of getting the same artists every week, so I'm gonna from now on make a concentrated effort to bring in some new blood. I want to see something weird and original from you guys. Doesn't have to be good because I know we're not
Do you
all
want to
talented
issue
artists,
a
but-
theme? Thanksgiving's around the corner.
Sure.
What games? Oh, Assassin's Creed is coming out soon.
Sure.
Master Chief Collection is coming out soon.
that.
Far Cry is coming out soon. Should we want to pick a game? Maybe theme it?
We'll just any
Any.
of those.
Yeah,
Something
there you
November
go.
related.
Any of those. We'll
about
Hopefully,
that?
hopefully that will trigger your creativity,
Oh.
much like
You were saying
Nature
clitoris.
Box will trigger your hunger.
So cure your hunger. Right?
Cure your hunger, yeah.
Yeah. So before we go, just a reminder: Nature Box is a sponsor of the Inside Gaming Podcast. They offer healthy snacks. The one thing that I keep forgetting to bring up is that Nature Box actually has a really cool way of customizing the snacks you get in your box. Basically, you can fill out certain types of foods that you like. So you can say, I want something salty, I want something sweet, I want something low calorie, something high in protein. You can tick all these different boxes, and then you can either pick from specific treats that fall into those categories or just have them send you something random. But it's a pretty cool way to find your foods. So once again, that's naturebox.com/inside to get a free trial box. You do have to pay for shipping, but aside from that, a free trial box of their 5 most favorite snacks. And then hopefully from there you will decide to subscribe to the service because it's pretty neat. And I think that'll do it for another podcast. We did forget something.
What do we forget?
I think we forgot to mention a little something called finger spacing.
No.
No, actually,
Stop. It's one on. No. It's hour and hour and
late.
7.
I
We gotta
don't.
go.
I don't want to waste time on a stupid story that's not going to go. You guys are going to be really disappointed when you hear this story.
No, I'm sure
I
it's
would
awesome.
rather. I would rather dedicate this time to introducing our intern, who's not here right now. He's actually busy working, but you may know him from the community. His name is
sound like-
Aaron.
Yeah.
He actually is the one.
Aaron
who designed,
Yeager.
His name is Aaron Yeager. He's the one who designed the Booker Catch T-shirt. He is somewhat of a local, but he's going to be interning with us until the end of the year. So welcome him. He's not here. He's working selling copies of Call of Duty. I think.
We should really wait till he comes in and then do that.
Too late. We've done it.
Ignore all of this.
I'm not editing
when
this.
we
I'm not doing
reintroduce
it.
him later.
On the daily tomorrow?
No, he's not going to be here.
He's not going to be here till
He's
like.
working on a Call of Duty launch
here
at
between
game.
now
He doesn't start until
9
2016,
p.m.
but we got him,
on
and it's super
every
exciting.
Saturday.
So James's internship is up. My
Yeah.
internship is up. We are now full-time employees.
Oh, what?
And we,
thought you were
No,
fired.
you're full time.
Yeah.
I got fired.
Oh, you're fired.
Conditional.
I'm gone.
Right.
So
You just hang out here when you take time off from the Olive Garden.
all right. Territories.
I'm not sure.
It's like $10,000 in
I'm
Australia
pretty sure
or
I saw
something.
someone from Australia tweet like it's still 8 million
8 million?
Yeah.
Australian dollars.
And I know we get a lot of shit for that because we're on the internet and it's a worldwide show.
Yeah.
But forgive our bias for being from America and only covering stories from the perspective of it being American. That's just kind of
The
our.
majority of our audience.
I was gonna
I mean,
say,
we love
yeah.
you guys. We love especially
Yeah.
the
Oh,
damn.
Australians
Especially, the UK too.
and the
Yeah.
UK.
Listen,
Okay, so
UK's
the-
my favorite place because after we visited and we saw the turnout for the fan meetup, UK's my new favorite place.
Yeah, it really is.
The Unity bundle, which
Step it
includes
up, Boston.